Don't make this harder on yourself. Makes no sense. So we're going to read an email from a man, Gerald, and let me bring up my readers. I'm getting old, and when you get old like your old buddy Josh, you need readers because I'm an old man River, if I can find it. There it is, Gerald, there we go. Gerald gives me the typical pleasantries. Josh, you're so handsome. You're so glorious. You're the best. If I was curious, I might invite you on a date. He didn't say that. It's funny, though. Makes me feel like I'm wanted out there. Because my wife doesn't want me. She's like, I just want your paycheck, Josh. I'm like, oh, little does she know I don't have one. He said, I watched one of your recent videos where you went over the Vanguard year-end distributions and discussed how 95% of the dividends were qualified. So remember, there's two preferential treatments when it comes to dividends and long-term capital gains. So qualified dividends and long-term capital gains are taxed less than non-qualified dividends or short-term capital gains. In fact, if you're in the 12% tax bracket, amigos, that means you don't pay any income tax on your long-term capital gain or your qualified dividends, where short-term capital gains and non-qualified dividends are taxed as ordinary income. What determines a qualified dividend? Basically, it's an American corporation that pays a dividend, essentially. That's going to be a qualified dividend. All right. So he said, this makes perfect sense as I compare this to his own 1099 they received from Vanguard for his current brokerage account, and he has it all invested in the total stock index fund. But he says, right now I'm looking to open another brokerage account for a different savings purpose. All right. Since Vanguard has 3,000 minimums on most funds, I'm looking at other firms for an S&P 500 index fund. The concern I have is that some of the funds have capital gain distributions in addition to dividends. Would you be concerned about capital gains as the accounts grow? If I'm correct, every time a fund buys or sells stocks, that would cause a capital gain hit. Not necessarily. I mean, if it buys a stock that has a capital gain, yes. But if it buys a stock that has no capital gain, or if it can offset with capital losses someplace else, there won't be a capital gain hit. So just because a fund sells a stock does not mean there's a capital gain, just FYI. Then he says, I could be wrong, but I believe these would be taxed. He's talking about his the capital gains that the S&P 500 index fund would have. I could be wrong, but I believe these will be taxed at the long-term rate and reinvested in the fund. But since it's a non-retirement account, it makes me nervous about being taxed. I'm not sure if it'd be a 15% or higher. All right, so, dude... Let's think about this. You got less than $3,000 into an index fund. And I'm not making light of the fact that it's not much money. $3,000 is better than $2,000. That's just a fact. But think about it like this. If you had $100,000, all right, in an S&P 500 index fund, we'll just say there's a 5% capital gain distribution, which actually, let's check this out. Hang tight. We're going to look at the FXAIX, the Fidelity S&P 500 Index Fund, and we're going to see what kind of distributions they had. Capital gain history. So they had, 11 cents on $100 in 2019, 10 cents on $86 in 2018, 37 cents on $90 per share. So that's I don't even know what that is. That's 0.11%, dude. We're literally 0.11% capital gain distribution. That's 2019, 18. I mean, I guess you could say a little bit more because 2018 we had 3. Yeah, so 3. All right, so let's just say it's a 1% distribution. I mean, that's it, dude. And here's a dividend right here. The dividend yield is like 1.6 or something like that. What was the dividend yield? Oh boy, that got a dog that's barking up there. Knucklehead. I mean, we're talking a dividend distribution here of, what was the yield, dude? I just saw it 2 seconds ago. Hold on a sec. I don't know, it was 55 cents on $1.80. I think it was like 1.7. I saw it someplace. But anyway, be it as it may. That ain't much, dude. So let's just say it's a 1% capital gain distribution. And even a 1% dividend distribution for simplicity, just because my lump will go up here. That's 2% on $3,000. What's that, $60? It's just not a big deal, dude. Even if you had $100,000 in there, that's $2,000 on $100,000. Oh man, these aphids are killing my wife's plants. You rat things. I've been spraying them with neem oil. They keep coming back. Freaking aphids, bane of my existence. And the squirrel's my freaking tree back there, my peach tree. Yeah, squirrels and aphids. How dare you? A double dog dare you. Anyway, there's some barking back there. Sounds like Pablo. Anyway, this isn't much, dude. Why would you complicate this? It doesn't make sense. Just buy the friggin' S&P, whatever you want. I don't know. I don't know this guy. I'm just saying buy an index fund and be done with it. Why even think about this stuff? It's funny because my man Ron sent me this thing. Let me check this. Let me show you this. This is actually kind of funny too, if I can find it. I think this is on a Facebook page my man Ron's on. He goes, some guy had typed in there, my head is about to explode. I thought after saving, researching, and planning along the way that retirement would be financially carefree. But between his RMDs, IRMA, Social Security timing, long-term health care expenses, Roth versus traditional tax advantage domiciles, changing to spending down mindset, determining most advantageous income streams, the decisions are overwhelming. Each decision impacts the others, and just when I think I have it right, sometimes something else jumps up to consider. I think I'll take a nap. And of course, I said to Ron, that guy's definitely an engineer. You don't need to make this harder than it needs to be, dude. Keep it simple. Keep it stupid. Hey! Loudmouth! Loudmouth McGee! Keep it simple. Keep it stupid. It's just the way to go. Don't worry about this. You got to pay a couple bucks of tax. Who cares? It's just not a big deal. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here he comes. Hi. Hi. Everybody's a freaking breakout, a jailbreak. All right, God bless. We'll see you. No, just see that little tail run back there? He's in the jungle. Chase those squirrels. Chase those squirrels. Get them away from my peach trees. All right, thanks. All right, God bless.